Oh, can. All right. Anyways, hello everybody. How we doing? Welcome back to a brand new episode of F1 2013 career mode here on the channel. Today, an exciting one at my home Grand Prix here in Montreal. Very excited to see if we can close the gap to Lewis Hamilton after a really rough Monaco Grand Prix. Obviously, screwed up in qualifying, but then it got worse as we moved our way through the grid in the Grand Prix. We unfortunately locked up our brakes on a move on Felipe Massa and put us both in the barrier, and we got a huge 20-second time penalty. The penalties were ruthless back in F1 2013, but in my opinion, a good thing. I think I like how the game was a lot stricter when it came to penalizing you for being an idiot. So nonetheless, we're going to jump into Canada, see what we can put up on the board, and hopefully a strong qualifying effort. All right, then here we go for qualifying down towards turn number one. Really cautious there into the first turn. Sebastian Vettel currently at the top of the board now as I'm struggling right off the bat for grip here in Circuit de Gilles Villeneuve. Now as we go down towards the chicane, the first one, of course, I really enjoy that chicane in this game actually now as we continue on towards the end of this first sector. Gonna get a little bit aggressive, yeah. Too aggressive again. This is going to be the second qualifying in a row that we're really botching now. Hamilton at the top of the board. We're going to have to run pretty well a perfect lap here to be able to get a decent qualifying effort. Really aggressive on the track limits there. I put a back half of the track together pretty well. It's all down to this final chicane. Yep. Yeah, not good, not ideal. I really screwed up, hit the wall of champions. This is going to be a rough qualifying effort. Two back-to-back Grand Prix at home as well. P17, yikes. On pole, it's Hamilton by half a tenth of a second over Vettel. Again, work to do. You put me in these one-shot qualifyings, my back against the wall, I am just becoming the master of screwing up. Yeah, that's not a pretty looking P17 here. Now I'm going to call my shot right here on the opening start of this Canadian Grand Prix. We're gonna have the drive of a lifetime today, and send it. We're gonna go try to win this Grand Prix. Here we go. Lights out racing right behind Pastor Maldonado, Daniel Ricciardo, Jean-Eric Vergne up there in front of us there, actually bogging down a little bit. Gonna use a bit more battery, but we're gonna get aggressive here down into turn one. Try to not hit anything because that's never good to hit things as we continue on. And I mean, I could get extremely aggressive, but probably shouldn't. So we're just going to stay in line right now behind Esteban Gutierrez, go around the outside of some of these guys here. A calm start. I was trying to put clean and calm together. Calm as we continue on now. And I'm going to really send it here. Jenson Button, I nearly drove into the back of now as he really stomped on the brake pedal. Up into P10, a lot of wheel spin, not only for myself, but others as well. That was sketchy now, but look at the run. I'm going to put it into Rich. We're going for it. We're getting aggressive like I said. Drive of a lifetime incoming here now is, myself and Gutierrez. Oh, good heavens. Barrier, no damage. Act like it didn't even happen. We're going to be just fine. Make sure the brakes, of course, are at the rear now that we've kind of settled down and settled in. We've got no curves to use for this long straightaway, so now it's just about hanging on to the end of this opening lap here in Montreal. I got through the chicane really well, and I'm going to absolutely send it up the inside of Checo there into turn one. Hamilton's had an issue. He just went from leading to down to third place, so he must have had some issue out of the chicane or something now. But if we don't have the drive of a lifetime today, we at least had the start of a lifetime, but I believe in the drive of a lifetime. Here we go on Roman Grosjean now down towards the left-hander and up into P7 already. Look at the run here. This is about to get spicy. Raikkonen's backing out of it. Oh my goodness, you were slow as molasses there into that chicane. Didn't quite know how that was going to go, but we found out pretty quickly. And he's all the way back to the cars behind him with his teammate of Roman Grosjean now. But we're to the back of Mark Webber. This is for 5th place already. I honestly, in my idea of a dream or a drive of a lifetime, I didn't think we'd be slicing through quite at this pace considering how the season's gone so far. We have won a race this season. Let's not forget, we have won. We've proven we can do that. But for the most part, we just haven't quite had, the pace, especially at the beginning of these races. So I'm pretty happy with how the car is feeling right now, but a lot of racing to go, 18 laps, of course. It is getting so spicy here. Look at Webber going for it on Hamilton now. Oh my goodness, don't mind if I do. Lewis is having a terrible race so far now, and we are all over. What in the world was that? The car just decided it was gonna, attempt to spin out all of a sudden now as we continue on. Okay, no big deal. I mean, what is the grip looking like? What's the tire wear looking like? It doesn't look too bad, so I don't know why the rear end just tried to kick up like that, but not a huge deal. We can definitely rebound from that one and get Massa here momentarily, I think. Hamilton might have qualified on pole position as we go for a move on Massa, but he certainly does not have the race pace here now. I mean, obviously, out of podium positions, Fernando Alonso, fastest lap of the Grand Prix. It's him and Vettel that are up there in the top 2 positions right now. Vettel having the advantage, though, currently in first place. But, I mean, we have run Hamilton down from, what, 19th it was? Or 17th, sorry. So, a heck of a Grand Prix so far, up into P5. And now here we are, putting some pressure on the back of our teammate. Could be a big point stay on the way. A big run now on the back of Lewis Hamilton, who just didn't get through the chicane. Look at the pace. Thank you very much. We are going to be pitting at the end of this lap, but another position gain. Hamilton might try to peek back up the inside. I don't have the confidence there on the power down, but we nonetheless get the position. So up now into P4. All right, into the pits we go. Webber staying out, but the top 2 have pitted. Vettel and Alonso here now. So you can see Alonso exiting there just in front of ourselves. We're going to come in. That red stripe is going to come off. The white stripe is going to go on. And it's a 3.1 second stop. For this day and age, pretty solid pit stop right there. As we're going to rejoin at the track. Maybe still. Looks like, yeah, I think we're going to be in the top 10 still. So it'll be interesting to see how we're going to cycle out of this all. And have we gained time on the cars in front or not? Obviously, too hard to tell right now, but honestly, I think a podium for sure is very much so on the cards, but anything better than a podium, I don't know. It's going to be tricky, but look up ahead on the track map. There's a lot of traffic there for the leaders, and Hamilton's continuing to struggle. He is not far ahead. Something's really gone wrong today for him. Everybody else is pitted. It's not even going to be a contest, I don't think, between myself and Webber. Obviously, he kind of has a straight shot down towards these first few corners. That's the advantage he has in the Red Bull, but not enough, even with myself having to go through turns 1 and 2. Up into 3rd place we go. Hamilton continues to lose ground as our teammate now, and we can set our sights on the top 2 of Alonso and Vettel. Obviously, there's going to be quite a bit of ground to make up. 5.8 seconds in 11 laps, which pretty decent length run we have to the end of this Grand Prix, so we'll see what we can do. Now 5.2 seconds back, so we are closing probably the quickest lap. That was a terrible turn 1. Basically cut the whole circuit now as we continue on. Fastest lap for sure. Yep, there it is, a 1:14.665. So now if I'm Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel, I'm concerned because the homeboy here in Montreal has found a little bit of confidence. All right, let's see what the gap is now. Do we go quicker? No, but we gain more time. 4.4 seconds. We are a rocket right now. If you compare myself to the Ferrari of Fernando Alonso, a terrible second corner, though. That is going to hurt quite a bit, I assume, once we come back around for the Sector 1 completion and see what the actual gap is. That was not pretty. We gain time. 4.1. Oh, that's going to hurt us, though. That for sure had to be a few tenths of a second at least to lock up there on the left front. We are down to 3.3 seconds now, a big Sector 1 that time as we continue on here. So things are looking promising. Hamilton's not looking so good. What do you see? 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, somewhere around there. Looks like P8 now as we continue on. So a huge point stay opportunity, not only with 3rd, but if we can go and win this Grand Prix, of course, even larger now, as this is the sector where we don't really gain too much. 3.2 seconds, a bit of a mishap there on the braking zone. That's not going to affect us too much. We're on pace easily for another fastest lap of this Grand Prix. 2.3 seconds now as we continue to close in now, and we still have the option for rich fuel, which I'm not going to take quite yet. Just want to say, you know what, a nice little thank you to everybody that's continuing to support the channel with not only this series but the F123 driver career mode as well. It's been a blast so far to see where the channel's gone from, you know, January 1st to this current time, which is what, August 14th when I'm recording this. Should be going out August 15th here now, and you know what, I can't wait to see where this channel is, maybe say a few games down the line when we're on to like F1 2016 or 17, because that will be a whole nother year just about down the line, and hopefully the channel is thriving at that point compared to dead as we continue on now. As you can see, 2.1 seconds between myself and the Ferrari. Here we go down towards the chicane. We should be able to get within a second of Alonso right here. Really aggressive, but we kept it within the track limits and definitely within DRS range on this 14th lap. 5 laps to go, so obviously we are going to run down Alonso. We are catching Vettel as well, but we got to pass Alonso, make it quick here, as I thought I was down to first, but I was actually up to third. So we continue trying to close this gap on Fernando, but I think if we can pass him with 3 laps to go, I think it's going to be earlier, but if we can get past him by then, we're going to be in great shape here. Right to the back of the Spaniard here now, slipping and sliding around with the rear end, but we're going to use all of the curb deployment here on this back straightaway. Hope the DRS is at least going to get us close enough to make a move out of the Wall of Champions chicane, and then of course make that lunge down into turn 1, maybe even earlier, to go for the overtake now for second position. Down to third gear we go. Oh, a little bit of a bumpy ride for myself there. Wasn't a great run for Alonso either. We still close in with the DRS assistance. We're going to go up the inside, and this will be second place to our name. Oh, Fernando. Not going to make it easy there. I'm so used to the AI backing out of it, but Fernando says, hold on a second, and now we go around the outside there, so we get the job done. But I just kind of glided over thinking, you know what, he's not even going to be there. But no, he decided to keep his nose there. So contact, thankfully, does not result in any form of penalty. Oh, this was not a part of the forecast here now. Oh, dear God, here comes Fernando. I'm putting it into rich fuel mix here at the end of this lap with 3 laps to go. He decides, you know what, he's going to get in front of me and then brake test me. So I see how it is Fernando now, and he's also going to have DRS, so now we have to just rely on that slipstream now, and I'm going to get up the inside here into the braking zone, and oh, he's going to chop the nose and say, no, sir. Oh my goodness, I haven't come this far to finish second here to Sebastian Vettel today now, but it's getting physical here with Fernando Alonso, and he's going to continue. I'm going to send it. I'm going to send it. Bring it on. Oh my goodness, this is getting absolutely spicy. We are throwing every chance of victory away here today in our home race in Montreal. A big send and lock up. Oh, we've thrown it all away as we continue. We're ahead. But the damage, it's done. We are so far behind Sebastian Vettel after a heck of a tussle with the Spaniard. The only thing that could save us is the approaching lap traffic that Sebastian Vettel is coming up on. It's 1 lap to go for Vettel in Canada. You see the lap traffic up there, but it's still not going to be enough. We've closed the gap to 2.4 seconds as we continue on in. Alonso's actually gotten back in my DRS. It's been a bit of a sloppy penultimate lap now as we continue on, and now it's just hoping for the best at this point now as I get aggressive on the track limits. I mean, I'm trying to use some curb deployment as well. Not looking very promising though in these final moments here. 2.2 seconds. What a drive. I would say drive of a lifetime, yes, but obviously looking for more. Obviously a Grand Prix victory would have been pretty nice, but it is what it is. You know, what can you do? If we didn't have that tussle with Alonso, it would have been, in my opinion, you know, a completely different ball game. I mean, that lap traffic is right there. I mean, you never know. It would take a miracle. But I do believe in miracles sometimes. You know, never mind. I don't anymore. It's not going to happen. So Sebastian Vettel is going to do it. I'm trying to talk this into happening here. You see one of the cars moving, but that's not going to matter. They're not going to plant themselves in the way, unfortunately, into the final chicane. So Sebastian Vettel is going to do it here in Canada. I go stupid aggressive through there. A heck of a drive, but it's just short of a victory. Vettel wins in Canada. P2 for us. We were the fastest car today. Hands down, just wasn't enough, unfortunately. Alonso and that fight with him in the final couple of laps, well, that decided our fate at the end of the day. So Sebastian Vettel, myself, Alonso, your podium. That one's going to hurt for a while for sure. Hamilton P7. So we gained some ground, to say the least, on our teammate, and DNFing out of the race, by the way, Sergio Perez. Alright, so here's the standings. We've actually lost ground to Vettel, obviously. He is now to second, 18 points behind. Hamilton's still at the top of the board. Alonso's back by 36. So as of right now, a 4-horse race as we lead in the Constructors by 61 points over Sebastian Vettel. That's going to wrap it up for us, though, here in this F1 2013 career mode. Now, we'll see you guys next week. Where do we go next? Is it Silverstone? It might be. We'll have to wait and see as we continue to try and put up the fight after a heck of a drive and coming up just short of Sebastian Vettel. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.